Hi there, wig lover. This is Heather from CysterWigs.com, and today I am unboxing one of my favorite wig color combinations. This one is called Scene Stealer, and it's a very popular long wig. And the color on this is my favorite Raquel Welch color, even though Hazelnut, which is 8/29, or like Shadow Shade Hazelnut, which is just the rooted version, they're a very close second. But this one's my absolute favorite Raquel Welch color. It's also known as RL3335. Now I'm just now taking the cover off. I just lifted up the foil. Okay. And it comes with this hairnet and also the tag, of course. So I'm gonna go ahead and take all this stuff off so you can see how pretty this color is in the sunlight. Now, I do want to say that I haven't put this wig on yet. I just took it out of the box for the first time. So I am going to put it on camera, but I might have to take a step away from the camera after you see what it looks like right out of the box to go fix it up a little bit. Because it's a longer style. You know, they need a little bit of help sometimes. So I'm going to go ahead and take this tag off now, and then I will show it to you. This wig has a memory cap, and as I've mentioned in other videos, that's very similar to other open cap styles, except that instead of singular bands of elastic, it's like a double reinforced band, which helps the wig expand a little bit faster. There we go. So here's the tag on that. Again, the color is 3335. 33 is a natural dark auburn. So you can see this is a blended tone. It has no highlights in it. So it's a blend of that dark natural auburn and a 35, which is an intense sort of coppery ruby color. Very, very beautiful blend, even in the sunlight. I just love this combination. I think that it's an awful lot like a Jessica Rabbit wig. So let me show you the cap construction while this wig is fresh out of the box. It's got a monofilament top, completely hand-tied, but like quite a few of the Noriko hand-tied monofilament wigs, it has a little pop of permatease right at the crown. They do that a lot in these longer styles that have the monofilament features because, as I've mentioned in the past, the weight of the wig will actually flatten that wig out very, very quickly if there isn't something up there structurally to keep that from happening. I don't like the fact that it came with a zigzag part, plus it doesn't really help me showcase the monofilament top. So I'm gonna re-part this before I put this on. I'm just using a Jon Renau wide tooth comb. It's usually my go-to because it's very gentle on the hair to use such a wide tooth comb. Very beautiful color, look at that. I do really like the feel of the Raquel Welch fibers right out of the box, though I do want to state for the record that, as I mentioned during my Operation Drew trial, where I tried the HD Drew wig in 4 different episodes, mid-camera switching, which made it kind of weird, but the HD fibers look great right away, but you have to really keep up with their maintenance, and you have to be very gentle in how you treat them. And a couple things that I recommend specifically for these HD wigs, Jon Renau makes a very good HD fiber detangler, even though they call this their true to life fiber. Same difference. You'll want something to coat the wig so that way the static doesn't build up, and that will keep the wig from tangling, which will in turn keep the wig from getting ratty real fast. Now there is one thing I also want to point out too, that no matter what you do, no matter how good you are to this wig, and no matter what kind of products you use on it, you are going to get tangles right here at the nape and on the back side of the hair. But the great thing is that that's not going to be the case usually out here until later on in its wear cycle. So what I recommend is not really fussing with the tangles in here that much when that happens. Doing so will actually just kind of encourage it to get rattier. I actually leave these in place because they're going to happen either way, and as long as no one can see them, as long as they're not huge, then I don't care. If they get real big, sometimes I'd rather cut them out than try to detangle them or pull them out, because the last thing I want is for it to snag other hair around the back of the wig and spread to the front. Ugh, nobody likes that. So beautiful monofilament top. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this wig on for the very first time so you can see what this looks like on. And very nice stretch to the cap. Goes on right away. Maybe that part was just a tad too extreme. It's hard to tell sometimes when it's not on your head. But see what I mean about the Jessica Rabbit thing? It's so hot. I mean, I don't look like Jessica Rabbit, but the wig, you know? So, just a little bit of combing. Hopefully there aren't a whole lot of stragglers. The little screen on my camera is pretty small, so it's hard for me sometimes to tell when they're a little boop boop boops, so you'll see them once in a while in the videos. I'll readjust the part in a second. Now, like a lot of wigs, when you first rearrange the part, you may have to retrain the wig. That's a pretty common thing. Usually that'll happen on its own if you wear it like this for long enough, or you can accelerate the process by putting this in some water, letting it dry on a head form overnight, and then going from there. Let me make sure that this lace front is all right. Okay, so as you can see, this is a very long wig. It's really, really pretty. Okay, so now I'm going to zoom in a little bit so I can show you the features. Look at that color. See what I mean? It's very well blended. There aren't any highlights in this color. It's just a beautiful, vibrant, dark red, kind of like a ruby color, mixed with a natural dark auburn. So very, very pretty. That natural auburn keeps it from getting too intense and helps prevent this from looking costumey. So it's just a very pretty color. I mean, obviously it doesn't really look like a natural color, but it's definitely a very pretty kind of dyed color. And you know what? That is gonna drive me crazy. So let me see if I can find a part where it won't do that. This wig just needs to be trained though. It's not that big a deal. Okay, so there is the mono top and the lace front. So that's well done. Not quite 100% coverage on the sides, but as I've mentioned in other videos, that happens a lot. Just very pretty. And the mono top, of course, goes from all the way around here. So very, very nice. Let me go ahead and show you all of the angles on this. Okay, so the front of this is 9.7 inches, which is quite long. It hits right around here. I wouldn't even doubt it if it's slightly longer than that. The crown is 15 inches. Now that just indicates where the longest layer in the back ends. That is not, in fact, the overall length of the wig. The nape is 15 inches. That means the bottommost layer of hair is 15 inches from the bottom. But that doesn't tell you what the overall length of the hair is. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you. Now it's hard for me to measure all the way in the back, so I'm going to do my best, but it's kind of hard. It's about 20 inches. So that's quite long. Here is the back. Now the other thing I want to point out about these HD fibers, see how that moves? It's kind of stiff, and that is a hallmark sort of trait of HD and heat defiant, heat resistant, true to life fibers. They're much more elastic than regular monocrylics, and so because of that, they are a little stiffer when they move. They're also not as shiny, which is good, but they also tend to wear out faster than their regular synthetic counterparts, and certainly longer, or certainly much more quickly than human hair. So I definitely recommend, as I mentioned, minimal styling. I know you're going to be tempted to do a lot of tricks and try to style this out, but the more you do with heat with these wigs, I know it's paradoxical to say, but the more you do style these wigs, the faster they fall apart. The fibers just aren't very durable compared to regular synthetics, which is a shame because I think this color only comes in the Heat Defiance. But very, very pretty though. And you know, as long as you have a couple and can swap them out periodically, you should be okay. So again, I do recommend treating the fibers. You're really going to want to do that with a heat defiant or heat resistant wig. Because these, like I said, the synthetics, they tend to get a lot of static buildup a lot faster. They're much more elastic fibers, so they'll snap. Instead of snapping off, they'll actually stretch out and lose their shape very quickly. So no aggressive brushing, comb, treatment, and you should be all right. So again, this has been the Scene Stealer wig in my favorite color, Deepest Ruby. Stay tuned. I'm going to have another review with this particular wig that's going to be a comparison of this wig, the Zara wig by John Renault, and the Shiloh wig by Noriko. So stay tuned and be sure to check out my website, www.CysterWigs.com, and that's Cyster with a C because we help a lot of ladies with polycystic ovarian syndrome and related hair loss. But regardless of your reasons, come on down. I sound like Bob Barker, but that's not a bad thing. Come on down to my website and we'll hopefully be able to help you out. So until next time, bye-bye.